Cleaning the school after the festival. Oh no! Interesting, we're getting a Tsubomi episode? Or at least she is a focus. Oh no, my self-confidence is being destroyed. Yes, yes, yes. Nice save, Mob, nice save. Gives her tissue. Come on, come on, give her a tissue. That's why he's the GOAT. Ah, two butterflies. Tsubomi and Mob. We're gonna talk again? Now don't get too cocky, Mob. Don't get too cocky. But a slight confidence boost may be what Mob needs. Oh no. Don't make too many promises, Mob. Why is... Oh, wait a minute. What's going on here? What is going on here? Every girl is suddenly... Ah, the butterfly is all coming towards the flower. The flower symbolizing Mob, of course. Oh no, everybody's looking at him. I'm not sure how... Yeah, hearing things. Hey. Insert obligatory Giga Chad meme, obligatory Riz meme, whatever meme that is applicable. This song is growing on me. Meanwhile... Ooh! Interesting shot there. The overglorification, deification, in fact. Yeah. It's Dimple, isn't it? Yep. Well, this is a problem. Well, this is a huge problem. Getting carried away 100%. Mob and Dimple. Overly confident. His voice changed. Oh my god, this is amazing. I cannot. Oh my god, this episode is great. What's with the face? Wait, so... I mean, it's a stylistic choice, but the idea that he actually transformed is so funny to me. Also, Dimple's, like, visual appearance is also changing here. Now Dimple is trying to use him. Exactly, that has nothing to do with you. Oh my god, it never gets old. With the music as well. That low angle shot is great. They would be an unstoppable force.
神になってどうしたいの？
Mm-hmm.
まだ決めてねえが。
You haven't
エクボのパワーアップはブロッコリーのエネルギーを奪い取ったからだね。
Just... Yep.
別に構わないけど、横取りしようとしてるのはエクボも同じでしょ。
Mob just hitting it right in the nail.
他の連中っていう人たちと何が違うの？
Oh.
悪巧みやめたら。
The leaf falling, the books falling. Things are falling apart. Things aren't going exactly as planned. The roots.
信者数58万人？これは美味しいビジネスの匂いがする。
Yep. God damn it, Reagan.
信者たちにはちゃんと自分に師匠がいる。
Tell them about me as well. Yeah.
お前の姿が何十万人に見られることになるんだぞ。服装どうしよう。
Suddenly those confidence just went away.
ボーナスだ。これで服でも買ってこい。ありがとうございます。
Hey.
服買うと言っても。影山くん？
Hey.
さっきから街の様子を見てるけど、
Mm-hmm.
どうやら君も気づいたみたいだね。この
Yeah.
街を少しずつ。
Yeah. The roots.
最近よく女の人からの視線を感じる気がして。
Some of them are probably because he looks like
そんなわけあるのかな？
he's gonna change again. Yep. This is fun and all, but it's also slightly dangerous for Mob. Like, he needs to keep his ego in check, right? That's the point of this. Everybody's looking at him.
そんなにこの服かっこいいのかな？
I mean, it's a style, that's for sure.
地球からのメッセージです。真珠は伝説の竜の巣。真珠は自然の怒りの現れ。
Yep, so many different perspectives. Oh my god. It's him again. I'm sure we're gonna see some familiar characters.
そして真珠の代弁者サイコヘルメット様が
Psycho Helmet Sama. Dimple?
出た出た。なかなか堂々としてんじゃねえか。
I mean, that's not Mob, that's for sure.
サイコヘルメットです。この町を守る存在が必要だと確信しました。これからは僕が皆さんを幸福へ。
No, bro, that's Dimple. I just realized that. Dimple created that vessel. Chaos ensues.
奇跡をお見せします。
Wow. Oh, I got chills with those. Oh, the duality. Oh boy. I asked for a conflict in the previous episode, and now we're getting that conflict. And what do you know? It's actually Dimple. This will not go well. And I think this episode as well, just I don't know, like after watching the previous episode and then watching this episode, I feel like the previous episode, I wouldn't say it's pointless, but like it's kind of like we're taking a slight detour on what is supposed to be like the main focus of the story, which is of course the Broccoli, Dimple, and you know, Bob growing up. Yes, the previous episode does focus on Bob growing up, but you know, it's still a good episode. But I don't want to use the filler word because it's not really filler. But anyways, this episode fantastic. I will say that Giga Chad Mob is probably amazing because I wasn't expecting it. And the fact that it is there, and the fact that it's not only the fact that Mob's facial structure just changed, but it's also the fact that his voice just got deeper. Like, yes, it's audio visual comedy that just works, and every time it happens, it's hilarious to me. It's funny. It's great. But it does present like this ego boost, like, oh, Mob's head is getting big, all right, but you know, it's not. It's one thing to want your character to be more confident. It's another thing when they become too confident that they will start to essentially do the wrong things because they think that nothing bad will happen, right? That's usually the trade-off, right? You become more confident, yes, but it'll present you to more mistakes because you're going to do things that you think you can do, but then it ends up terribly wrong. And of course, going back from the episode and like looking back at it, it does seem like how, at least for the for most of the girls and everybody else who was looking at Mob, they're not actually looking at Mob now that I'm thinking about it, because every time those scenes happen, right, in the first scene that happened, Ritsu was there, and then up next Hanazawa was also there, so they're probably looking at them and not at Mob. But because of because of his first interactions with Misato and the other girl, he gets an ego boost, that's for sure. And yeah, but yeah, aside from that Mob development, it's the Dimple development that worries me, right? It's because now Dimple is the main I'm not gonna count Dimple as the main antagonist yet, but he is the source of conflict at the moment, because Dimple is also getting an ego boost. He is reverting back to his old ways, but in his mind, he's not really doing it for evil or whatever, right? In his mind, he's actually doing the right thing because he's trying to boost Mob's like popularity, and we can rule together, we can rule the galaxy as father and son and all that stuff. So I don't know how they're gonna handle this. Like, unless they are able to win Dimple over, then they have to get rid of him, and that's one thing that I don't want, because Dimple has been a really good part of the story. I really love Dimple, especially in season 2, and especially the fact that Dimple was there to help Mob overcome his emotions during that episode. What was it, episode 5? So I really don't want to see Dimple go away. I really wish and I really hope that this conflict between Dimple and Mob and everybody else will be resolved. with a happy ending, but considering that this is the ending of Mob Psycho, this is the final season. Ooh, I am not sure. I'm holding out hope, but I am not sure. I think it's also nice to see that Tsubomi also has, you know, her own confidence in this episode, and then you have that confidence be taken away when, you know, she snorts and then saliva is all over her. Again, kind of goes to show that, you know, the perfect character, the perfect personality that she is presenting to other people is easily cracked, right? Again, it's that confidence of like people. I would imagine for, you know, for a person like Tsubomi, you know, if she was like this throughout most of her life in, let's say, in school, then a lot of people have a certain expectation, right, for her character. You know, everybody has, you know, their, you know, everybody sees her as this like perfect, you know, student, this really smart person who's going off to, you know, to a really extravagant high school, I think, right? A pretty girl as well, right? So a lot of expectations, right? So it's kind of like you don't want that expectation from other people to shatter. And you can definitely see that in this episode, especially here in the beginning, right? Where she's already thinking of like, oh my god, if this spread out, like just a simple snort, a simple, you know, saliva hanging out of you or whatever. Yeah, it's kind of gross, but at the same time, like, it's kind of normal, you know. That has happened a lot, right? A lot of us got sick from time to time. Like, it's not like that's never happened before, but again, it's like the image, it's the perfect image that she's trying to well, I don't even think that she's trying to maintain it, but I just feel like it's more of an embarrassment now that I'm thinking about it, because while yes, she does, in Mob's perspective, you know, present herself to be the perfect girl, but at the same time I feel like it's more about her own embarrassment of it, which means that she is not as confident as Mob and other people, right? And I find that, you know, because of that, it ties really well with like the theme of the episode. Now, one thing that is also interesting is Tome and Misato. Where are they? Where be those two characters? Why are they not showing up? I feel like Misato would probably be in that gathering, but I don't know about Tome though. I don't know. I actually have no idea why they're not here, why they're not showing up. I guess one final thing that we can talk about is the scene where Dimple is talking about like, oh, this is what the divine tree means. I am the, you know, praise to me and all that stuff, and like telling these people of like what the core foundational idea of the divine tree and the Psycho Helmet foundation is, and then everybody flips out because it does not align with their faith and belief of what the divine tree should be. Which, I mean, I don't want to talk about politics and religion, but it does ring true to a lot of beliefs in the world, and how different opinions and different perspectives of it can radically change what the original intent means. It's almost like it's like how one religion has multiple denominations or like multiple branches, and they all have like an extreme belief in one specific thing, and they generally don't agree with some of the other beliefs, right? I mean, not to this extreme, but, you know, there's a reason why, you know, like, let's say Christianity, for example, has multiple different denominations, like multiple different groups, if you will, right? Because each of them believe in a different specific aspect of that religion, and they use that specific idea as their core foundation, and they believe that that core foundation is the true meaning behind their religion, right? It's kind of like that. Obviously not to this extreme though, right? This is an overblown, well, I wouldn't say it's hyperbolic, but this is a rather extreme case of it, right? And in this case, it's like much more differing opinions, right? Like one would say like, oh, this represents this and this represents that. This is wrong. I am right. Also, love these guys with the Roman visor helmets. Really cool. But it's also how, you know, each individual person has their own, or each individual groups has their own different ideas on what the core, you know, a core foundation should be, which leads to divide and chaos. Everybody wants to be right, and everybody wants the others to be wrong. And it's almost as if Dimple is kind of, I don't know, it's, this final scene just gives the idea of like, when a god, right, in this case, you know, being represented, you know, by Dimple, when a god of a religion actually shows up and tells their followers, no, what you're following is wrong, you are misleading the people, this is the right way, even though there is no right way in this case, right? Dimple just made all of this up, right? Well, it's not that he made all of it up, but it's more like he is doing it to gain his own personal, you know, for his own personal gains. But still, though, it's the idea of the true nature of an idea. Let's not just use a religion, but let's just use an idea, right? It's the core foundational idea telling its followers that they are wrong, that they are misleading, and that the actuality, the truth, is something that these followers just do not accept because it does not align with their ideology, it does not align with their beliefs. And it's crazy because, like, they want to worship, you know, this divine tree, but when the divine tree itself, right, and, you know, being represented by Dimple once again here, when the divine tree itself says that I am the divine tree, think of me as the divine tree, right? Like I am the god of this broccoli. They just don't accept it. They're like, fuck off. You're not real. You're just a phony. And then, of course, a miracle happens. Again, I don't want to draw parallels to other religions, but this is usually the case with other religions, right? Especially in religious textbooks. I was not expecting to talk about religion in a Mob Psycho discussion, but here we are, right? It's like when, you know, the Messiah comes in, proclaims that I am the Messiah, and everybody's like, no, you're talking bullshit. And then they kill the Messiah, and then it turns out the Messiah is actually the Messiah, and everybody's like, oh, fuck! I am really interested just to see where this specific plot line goes. Like, what are they gonna do with it? Because I find it fascinating that Mob Psycho is handling this specific theme. I was not expecting it, and yet here we are. And I do love this transition from Dimple to from Mop to Dimple. And again, as talking back to what I was saying earlier, right? The fake Messiah and the real Messiah, right? Except it's flipped backwards. Dimple is portraying the fake Messiah, but he is performing the miracles of the real of what people would expect from the real Messiah and the real Messiah. I'm using Messiah as like just as a term here. Even though there was multiple instances where Mob is being shown as like the god of this world, like oh my god, like at the end of the day, Mob is Mob, Dimple is Dimple. But I just find it fun to talk about and draw parallels to some of these things. And honestly, that is where I'm going to stop this discussion. I think that's pretty much it. If you do want to discuss more, and if you do want to, voice your own opinions, maybe you agree with me, maybe you don't disagree with me, maybe you have your own different perspective, maybe you have your own different opinions, let me know in the comment section down below. I would love to hear your opinions and read them, and maybe reply to them as well. Just don't post any spoilers at all. Please don't post any spoilers. Thank you. That is all. Hit the like if you haven't already, if you do enjoy this video. Early access is available on Patreon. Links also in the description below. And that's pretty much it. See you all next time. Take care. Have a nice day. Peace.